Hello everyone, my name is Iel I.
And my name is Maria Jose Albornoz.
We are from Section 5 and this is our oral presentation for our Iel I class. We are going to talk about education and diversity, based primarily on immigrants, what our educational system does for them, and how it's included.
So first of all, what is diversity? According to the readings we have made of the dossier, the things that we have learned through the course and our definitions, diversity is when acceptance and respect bind, understanding individuals as unique and also recognizing this difference that make us unique, and also embracing and celebrating diversity and all the different dimensions of the concept, just like race, ethnicity, nationality, sexuality, etc. After clarifying this concept, how does Chilean education approach diversity? The Chilean government has created different programs to ensure diversity inside of the classrooms, and for example, some of them are the School Integration Program, better known as PIE, but there is a more important one which forms part of the educational reform, and this is the Ley de Inclusión Escolar. La Ley de Inclusión Escolar gives quality education for all who attend to school subsidized by the government. Its main goal is to guarantee education for everyone as a right. It gives free choice to all the families when deciding where their children will study, avoiding any type of arbitrary discrimination. And it ends with the selection process when applying to any school.
After clarifying that, we are going to talk about immigrants. First of all, we have to know that we have a lot of immigrants here in Chile. According to animal research, since the 19th century, Chile has become an important destination for international population and primarily on Latin American people. Besides, according to the Latin Immigration Statistic Yearbooks of 2005 and 2014, there are 480,000 of immigrants here in Chile. But this number is going to increase within 8 years because the number of immigrants is going to be the double of immigrants that we have nowadays in Chile, as you can see in the graphic. So, how do Chilean people respond to immigrants? The most part of Chilean people look to immigrants as the enemy. As you can see in this survey, the most part of Chilean people think that we have to expel the immigrants to their own country because they don't belong here in Chile. This has relation with the social and the cultural background that the children came to into a school, because the parents give to the children this kind of discrimination. So they came to a school discriminating to immigrants and the people who are different to them. So, what is the Chilean government doing about immigrants in education? Because as we say, we have a lot of immigrants here in Chile. So, according to the Mineduc information that was taken from the website, they want to guarantee education access to all. Nobody can discriminate. Immigrants must be accepted in all the schools with no exceptions. And the establishment director must be flexible in attendance requirement. But is this enough? The answer is not. And now we are going to show you why.
How is it really then? According to the information posted on the Mineduc's website, nowadays there are about 480,000 immigrants in Chile, but only 22,000 of these immigrants go to school. Isn't this strange? How can be this number possible? Chilean educational system has been very strict to immigrants and hasn't helped them to get into the system. And according to Ricardo Bravo, in a survey he made about how many immigrants go to school, he said that 1/3 of the immigrants in school age don't go to school in a regular basis. And some of the arguments he mentioned on the survey were the economic difficulties that the family face and that the children are not accepted on the establishments because of the issues they might have with the visa documents. This also is because of the Chilean educational curriculum don't help them to get into the schools. It makes difficult the integration of immigrants inside of the system. And an important part of them appears with an irregular situation or with a provisional registration. And this avoid the access for immigrants to get any grants or benefits when going to school, which accentuates the vulnerability of the immigrants and also the discrimination between Chileans and immigrants. And the law number 1094 says that the government regulates administrative procedures, but it doesn't provide a real contribution to the issue to improve these issues related to national security and integration into the society, which means that in theory, the government takes care of the immigrants and looks after them for them to have a better lifestyle in our country, but in the practice, it doesn't happen at all. They don't really care about if these laws are really followed by the people.
This is very ironic because the most part of people came to Chile looking for better life conditions, and that isn't happening. So, we have the final reflections. The first one is that Chilean government actions are not enough. As we can see through our presentation, is that there's a lack of resources that they're missing in Chilean school. For example, the teachers are not prepared to accept immigrants because, for example, if an immigrant came to a school in Chile and they know how to speak Spanish, teacher is not able to communicate. So the language is an impediment to transmit the learning.
And also within the Chile is not ready for diversity yet. As my partner said before, this is because of the lack of resources and also because of the actions the government has taken over the years about immigrants in education material. And we also think that it's because the Chilean population has a double standard. It means that we consider ourselves as a very friendly country, very friendly people who receives everyone who comes to our country and treats them good and accept diversity of any kind. But this in a daily life, or like in real life, it doesn't happen like that. We are a very discriminating country. Even though we know that we have a diversity background in our country, we don't accept it openly. We don't receive them with open arms. And that's something that we need to improve.
Yeah, that's why we think that we have to still working on it. And that's why we propose. So the 5 points, what can we do? And we think that as a future teacher, we are going to have in our classroom very different people. Maybe one of them are going to be from other country and we have to know how to teach to them. So the first thing that we have proposed is sharing cultural diversity, and this is going to be the base for all the others. We want to maximize the group work and to promote the dialogue between the students, and all this to facilitate the learning process through the experience. That means that as we are going to have a lot of different students, all of them are going to be an important key to feel the learning process, because we are going to ask about their experience and they are going to be able to communicate their experience to the other. So we are going to teach and learn about tolerance and cultural diversity.
And also we think that to enrich all this process of sharing cultural diversity, we need to have schools, we need to make schools prepare to accept this diversity, because the school is the principal cultural transmitter. After the families, children go to school from very young ages, and they have to interact with other people different than them, and they have to share their own experiences, and they have to know different people, even from different countries, and they need to be aware of who they are and also who the other people is. And we think it's very important that the school takes this cultural diversity and make them part of the schools, so we can prepare our children for when they get into the society, the Chilean society, so we can have a better lifestyle, we can have better people in our country and make life better for everyone.
Yeah, as we can see in the start of our presentation, the family not always give their children the best part of diversity, so they came with this cultural background in a bad way, and we think that that's because the school is the most important cultural transmitter, and we as teachers, we have to be in charge of change that and promoting these things that we think that are going to be the best to develop the diversity.
And that's the end of our presentation.
Hope you like it and see you.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.